Fantasy football is my religion.
Smile!
It's the love, Brad.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
All I see are lies and collusion. This whole season is nuts.
Giddy on up and giddy on out.
One-on-one, I'm undefeated, never lost.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Gravy Podcast, the official podcast of the Kappa Sigma Alumni Fraternity Football League. Hosted by me, the Carpenter, the 2019 Dynasty Champ. And today we've got a special guest host, Dixon, as the ghost of Dixon apparently, because as he comes in and out here. Brad is a little wrapped up with some other things, with stuff going on with Raiden, and Dixon and him both have new babies coming that we all know about. So he has stepped away this week and maybe next, and so Dixon has volunteered to do this with me this week, and we'll see about next week. We'll see if he likes it or not. How are you tonight, Dixon?
Guest host 2019 champion. Sorry, no. I had to do it. Yeah. Good week so far.
Yeah. Hey, same champions. 2019 was a good year for you and I.
It was a good year.
Yeah.
Thanks to that.
Yeah, it's good all around. So we've got a great show for you guys. We've got the regular lineup. We've got the league juggernauts, ambulance report, which we all hate. We've got the league consensus power rankings, the WAB Lotto, and Laura Bell Bundy Big Board of Bets. And this week it's going to be the Dixon and Stu's very biased predictions, matchup predictions.
Let's see what we do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be still very biased. I'm pretty sure that's not going to change, but it's still going to be interesting. Let's see if we can do better than Brad and I normally do. But all right, Dixon, let's go ahead and go to league fantasy juggernauts of the week. Do you want to go ahead and start us off there?
Yeah, so starting off at the top dog there, we got Adam the Guru running at 141.12. Faced old Matty Stafford there.
Yeah, well, these quarterbacks this year have been nuts, and they have been the lead dogs whenever you get that juggernaut status. First week of the season that I wasn't the top guy, which, still made it, so I'm all right with that.
That's nice humble brag there.
Yeah.
And let's see, number 2, we've got Vince, Mr. New York there, 131.44, courtesy a lot of Mike Williams there.
Oh, that man has, in years past, you've always heard fantasy analysts talk about Mike Williams and Mike Williams this and that, and he's going to be great. And never seemed to be able to stay on the field long enough to see any of that. So it's been a crazy year for him so far. I think the Chargers offense is doing a lot better with Herbert, and so I think Vince has got a really good pick right there. So barely beat me out.
Sleeper league.
Yes, we are. We are all about those sleepers. So I barely lost to him in points. Couple of injuries and a couple of other weird little things going on, kind of knocked me down, but still allowed me to win my week. Who did I win against again? Who was that? I forget.
I don't know who that was. We don't have to talk about it.
We just don't have to go there. I didn't actually think of it until just now that I invited you to be the co-host after I beat you.
That's fine. So, since we're talking about you beating me, let's talk about how you did it. At number 3, Mr. Juggernaut, 131.18, courtesy of, I'm going to say it, my Mr. Buccaneer quarterback.
He was not kind. He was not kind at all. Yeah, actually, I looked it up, and he is actually the number 1 quarterback in the first 3 weeks when it comes to fantasy points. Over 30 points every single week, and I have been a fan. So, speaking of sleepers in the 7th round, so Yeah,
I guess he liked LA. That was his first time out there.
yeah, he had a great time. So I have a feeling he might make that 4 weeks in a row coming up with this next game, with him at New England. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some mixed feelings, and he is going to want to shove that football right down Belichick's right down his throat. So.
You know, it helps when you deflate it. It'll fit.
Well, that's what I hear. Anymore, I hear he's in better shape now than he was whenever he was at New England. So the man's eternal. I don't know. I don't know that any of us are in that good of shape now, or especially when we're in our 40s. So we'll just leave that in his steroid use alone. So I think that we didn't have any miserable mentions this week. I know you and a couple other guys got into the high 120s, but didn't have anybody that made the 130 mark besides the three of us. So I think we're going to go ahead and move on to everybody's least favorite section, the ambulance report.
Oh, great. I hear the ectomobile. No, it's the ambulance.
It didn't show on the injury report that James White was out for the season, but James White is out for the season. Right hip subluxation. Said originally thought he was going to be out like 3 weeks, but he is done for the season. Not coming back. I think he's going to have surgery and just go ahead and try to get it repaired and be back next year. So I know that the Patriots really could use him this week, and I don't know who of that backfield is going to replace him, but I don't know that anybody cares. So,
no.
Not at least this week. It's a wait and see kind of deal. Severe injuries, definitely Christian McCaffrey. That one was terrible to me in Dynasty, and Vince clearly raged about it in the group chat.
Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. I might or might not have answered back. And then he's out.
You know what? I think when he comes back, he's going to be feasting in the halls of Valhalla when they go against the Vikings. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's like 2 to 3 weeks is what he's supposed to be out. Chuba, I know Sam's got to be excited about having a nice running back too, just sitting there on his bench ready to go, or put him in his flex or wherever he needs him. So, congratulations, Sam, on that one. 2 to 3 weeks, probably 2 or 3 games, and then AJ Brown, Matt is just getting destroyed with different weird injuries this year. Hamstring strain out at least week 4, likely longer. So,
I just hate that because now Derrick Henry's going to get used.
Yeah, I bet you just hate that like nobody's business. That's just it's basically the Derrick Henry. Why are they calling the Tennessee Titans? It's just the Derrick Henry team. Yeah, that's the Texas Titan defense and Derrick Henry. Like that's they have no. They have some wide receivers to go to, sure, but nobody that you're going to try to trust, and they're going to try to stop the box, and I don't think they can even stop him at that. They can just shove people right in front of his face, and he's like, cool, I'll just step on you. Thanks. See ya.
Insane, man. Yeah, and I saw, Westbrook Akine is still out there. If anybody wants a top wide receiver for Tennessee, gamble.
Yeah, try that out. Let me know how it works. And Julio, we'll just go ahead and mention him right away. He is out. They've already said he's out for this week with a hamstring issue. So that is not abnormal for him, but him actually just being out is a little crazy. Normally he's hurt in some way, shape, or form, but he is getting much older, and seems like they just want to rest him and try to get him through the rest of the season. So he's out this week. We'll see how he goes next week, but this mild injury section is quite lengthy, is it not, Dixon? It's a chunk.
It really is. Yeah, like what you were saying with Julio. We feel it. The older you get, those mild injuries take a lot longer to recover from.
Yeah, they do. That draft drinking, that doesn't get easier. That I've yet to find that those hangovers just keep getting longer. So we'll just kind of rapid fire some of these. Juju, rib contusion, day-to-day. It's basically how much pain can he take. So, I think he might not be out there this week, but should be out there afterwards. I mean, Claypool is also having a hamstring questionable for Sunday for sure. Gio, I think somebody had him out there, but I think he got dropped. But sprained MCL, out for week 4 for sure. Elijah Moore, concussion. I didn't even know he had a concussion. He's still in the protocol week to week at this point, so I don't think he's playing this week. But I think at this point, Adam's the only one playing the 49er roulette game. Maybe Brad has a random guy out there. He might have one last person, but yeah. Tyler Lockett, hip questionable for Sunday. He was limited on Wednesday and then didn't practice yesterday and then limited again today. So I get to have that fun decision if I get to play him. But luckily I've got some backups that have the same game time as him. So I get to try to see if he's in there, great. If he's not, another one of Matt's is Antonio Gibson, shin questionable for Sunday. That's rough. I've got him in a couple of different places. So yeah, I'm hoping he plays, but that's going to be an interesting one. That game is going to be interesting in general. Another one of mine is Dalvin Cook, ankle questionable for Sunday. He didn't get to play last week, which I'm actually okay with. And then Madison did fantastic. Dante Swift, groin questionable for Sunday. That's a rough one for. Is that Sam? Okay. Well, you got Drew Hubbard, so you're all right. I don't know that Swift has been so good. I don't think it's quite the same. Darnell Mooney, he's on my bench, and that's where he's staying. Henderson has got a rib questionable for Sunday. I think didn't they say earlier today? I think they came out and said he's playing for the Rams. So. Yeah. Kittle late. Whoa, okay, that was crazy. Kittle late injury at the end of the week with a calf, questionable for Sunday. That one doesn't look great, and they kind of need him. So I don't know. He may play. If he does, great. If not, CoPro figure out a somewhere to switch. And then we've got Melvin Gordon, rib, lower leg, questionable for Sunday. They've kind of been sharing that backfield, so this may give the rookie a shot to take the whole thing. So they've been good. I don't think Gordon's just going to disappear. I think they're still going to try to kind of go half and half throughout the rest of the year for sure this year, just to give them each a chance to rest. And they've been a pretty dynamic running back tandem. So Rob Gronkowski, I think they said he was doubtful. He's got a rib injury. Like, if you saw that hit, it was not fun. Tom Brady just kind of put it up, and they smacked his midsection rough. Yeah, it was that was not fun to see. I
felt like Brady and Gronk were going to light it up in New England together, but we'll have to wait.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason I feel like it says doubtful, but I feel like he's going to at least try to suit up and go out there.
Yeah.
So, because, at least one try to maybe even limit him till they get to the goal line and then just throw it to him for a touchdown just to rub it in his face. So, the only injury update that I was able to find was Deontay Johnson is in and back, full practice, ready to go. So that is a good thing for the Steelers with their other two wide receivers looking not great. So I need Najee Harris to have somebody else to kind of take some heat off him so he can have a good game this week.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, guys, that was a long and grueling injury report, but that was it. We don't have any buys, but we do have Dynasty team updates. Last week, Brad and I went 2-2 on our predictions. See if you and I can do a little better. So Brad versus me. Who do you think? I'm pretty sure we're going to both agree Brad pretty hard and heavy here.
Yeah, I do. I still think Brad's going to have this one.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's without Christian McCaffrey and a couple other my guys having some rough weeks. We'll see how this goes. Matt versus Lovick. I'm going to go ahead and say this is the game of the week. This is going to be a pretty close one. I think Dixon and I both agree. We don't know. If I had to say, I'm going to say probably Matt, just because Matt's had the history of a winning team, but Lovick's got a good one. So definitely game of the week, going to be close.
I do. I feel like it's kind of a 50-50. So.
Yeah, and then Adam versus Dixon. Who do we have here, Dixon?
I think we think that I'm going to win that one.
I mean, I would agree. Adam had his yard sale last year of his team, and it's still a yard. Dylan versus Rod. Rod has got some other things going on right about now. I don't think Rod cares a whole lot about fantasy football, and Dylan has got a pretty decent team. So sorry, Rod, but Dylan has this one. And then let's go ahead and go to our very biased Dynasty Power Rankings. Who do we got at number 8, Dixon?
All right, so number 8, obviously he's got a lot of things going on with life. We've got Rod.
Yeah.
Completely understand.
Yeah.
Who we got at 7 there?
We've got Adam. You've, like we mentioned previously, your team is a little rough. The next 6 are kind of a crapshoot, backshoot of kind of whatever's going on here. They're all pretty decent teams in general. At number 6, we've got Lovick. Who we got at 5?
5, we got kind of Brad there, right at that spot.
Brad, your team's really good. You struggled there for a minute, and so I think your ranking just got plummeted a little bit. Dylan at number 4. Dylan, you got a good team. You're still rebuilding, but it is good.
He's rebuilding. I'm proud of the work that he's done with what he had. So.
For sure. Like, compared to what we had when, B-Dub and Puva were running the teams, they kind of didn't really care, and the other 6 of us kind of did. So, made a little bit unevenness. B-Dub's auto draft team didn't help either. So, it's been an interesting build all around. So, I'm at number 3. Lost last week because of CMC going down. So we'll see if I can. I don't doubt top 6 pretty easily here, so I'm not too worried about it. Number 2 here. Reason I went with Matt's because we have him ranked at number 2 here because he's got a good team. He's had a good team this entire time. Just can't quite make that finishing blow to win it all. And then At number 1, we've got you, Dixon. You are the last man standing, the Highlander, the only undefeated team in the Dynasty. So that's, as much as you're celebrating this, how does it feel in the redraft of being the opposite?
If I can be number 1 in something, I'll take that.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I won this Dynasty League the first year, and you won the redraft, and not making the playoffs in the redraft did not make it better that I won the Dynasty. I'm just going to let you know. You can win the Dynasty and not win the redraft, and it doesn't feel quite the same. So hopefully with a little more competition with the expansion, maybe some of that will come in a little bit more with a couple more people. So we'll talk about the expansion here shortly. But let's go ahead and move on to the league consensus, league consensus power rankings. Who do we have at number 12? Which just shocked me a little bit. I'm kind of
surprised by that as well. And I don't totally agree with it, but looks like everyone's voting around Dylan at the bottom there.
Well, there is this certain person that continues to vote really weird, the very first vote, and I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Vince and he just wants to screw with it or what, but he put Brad at number 1 and he put me at number 12, Sam at number 11, and Vince at number 10, I think. So he kind of does reverse order, and I don't know if he just doesn't know what he's doing or he's doing it purposely to be a butthole. So that's what's screwing some of these he's up a little bit. So I took it out and put it back in, and it doesn't change it a whole lot. It's like one position. So Dylan, they have you at 12 this week. Your team has been, I think, all right. I mean, I know you're 1-2, but I didn't think it was that bad. But if you're not 12, you're in the lower half of the league for sure. So Dixon, they have you at number 11.
That's fair.
I mean, you were you're 0-3. That'll do it to you. So yeah, I mean, it's like I get it, but at the same time, it's a bit much. So I mean, I couldn't say I disagreed on that one. That one's it's record. Brad went from, I think, still ranking in the top 3 to getting down here finally. He is next at number 10. So that's not shocking. Again, he's 0-3. His team is struggling. He is trading away. He's trading and trading some more. And so, yeah, it's not really shocking that he's right here.
You know what I think some of it is? Because it's probably my situation as well. It's that post-O, like, brain fog. So, like, we knocked our lives up, and now we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, you two have, you've went ahead and used your fantasy mojo and mojoed it somewhere else. So, hey.
That's gotta be what it is.
Yeah, let's go ahead and blame it. I'm fine with that. That is acceptable. So, I don't know what Chase's deal. Maybe he got someone pregnant out there too, but couldn't have anything to do with his draft. Last week I was surprised that he was down at 10 or 11. I, still showing some of my predictions that he's got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chiefs. He lives and dies with how their games go. The Chiefs in general didn't have the greatest of game last week, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not really either. Fantasy wise, they did okay, but the game itself wasn't great. So Chase again kind of lives and dies with those two teams, and if they don't have the best weeks, he doesn't have the best weeks. So he's still got really high points. So I see why he's here. At this point, the draft doesn't mean much. It's what players you have now and what you do with them. So, Chase, you need to go out and waiver wire and spend a little wab, man, and see what you can get. At number 8, the man that is struggling is CoPro. James Robinson looked really good last night, but unfortunately, he was on CoPro's bench.
Yep, going off on the bench.
So, I think he's got some good players that just haven't gone off yet. I did try to make a trade this week for a couple of them, so I think he's going to hold for a little while and see what he's got. But he is also in the crew of he's 1-2 now. He did pull out a win at the last second last weekend, so he's feeling a little bit more comfortable. But still, if you lose this week, you've got to feel a little rough at 1-3. Now you and Brad would love to be at 1-3 this week, and we'll see. I think one of you will be 1-3 because don't you play each other this week?
Yeah, somebody's gonna be 0-4.
Yeah, someone's gonna be 0-4 and someone's gonna be 1-3. So someone will be happy and someone will be sad. And 1-3.
Former Bundy champion will be 0-4.
Yes, a formal. Yes, you are correct. First to worst has yet to be said by me on this podcast. Brad has feared it very much so, and he has continued to do so. So
You just said it.
I did. And Brad's not on it. That's there might be a reason for that. So first to worst has never happened in our league. Brad sure as hell doesn't want it to happen on his watch, but struggling a little bit. So. We've got another guy here struggling. Matt, your team is good, but you, with injuries and weird little things going on here and there, have struggled to make those points. You and Lovick at number 6 same kind of deal. Got good players. Some of them have not worked out. And specifically, Jonathan Taylor. That one has not worked out as a first-round pick. That entire team struggled, and Wentz has, 2 broken ankles or 2 sprained ankles or something. So, doesn't make the run game real great. And Hines has been taking all the passing. So, that's not helping your guy out there, first-round pick, and then other injuries and just other rough picks and games have not led to a great season. So we've still got you here at 6, but could very well easily go down and very easily go up. So that 1 and 2 was against Matt. So I think the top half of the league, the 5 and up, are some of the stronger teams in the league for sure, and going to be hard for you guys to come back. But there is an extra week this year, and it is a longer season. At 3-0, I don't feel comfortable at all. You would think, I'm 3-0, I feel on top of the world. Nope, still scared every week. Until I win like 8-9 games, probably won't feel good. And I guess that's what you kind of need in order to keep on top, but it is not comfortable to be 3-0. Don't anybody that is, I think me, Vince, and Sam are. Adams, I think Adams up there at 2-1, but yeah, 3-0 is not a guaranteed. There's not. I mean, I'm pretty sure Dixon, your first year, did you not go 5-0 and then went 0-5 right after that?
Yeah, I think so. It was either 5-0 or 4-0.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it was one of the first times I think in the entire league history that somebody had gone 5-0, and I think it was you and Vince both, or you and someone else both. So it was. It has happened plenty of times, and it as easy as 3 can come up, 3 can go down. So I don't think any of us are taking it for granted, and maybe Vince. Vince seems to be very, very sure that all of us suck at fantasy. So not sure. At number 5, we've got Mo. He's got a good team. I like most of his players. He's had a good week. I am playing him this week. So, Chark going down first thing, that was crazy. And I'm his opponent, but no, you don't want to see players go down. That's not how you want to win the game. You want to have the best players on your team go against the best players on their team and score the most amount of points and see who can really win it. A player going straight zeros or giving a goose egg because of an injury is definitely not. If you goose egg and you mismanage, that's your fault, sure. But an injury, no way you can see that. So sorry to hear about that, Mo. But oh yeah, that one was rough. Because he's out for the year, I think, right? So I guess that wasn't on the injury.
Fractured ankle.
Yeah, so that wasn't on the injury report, but I didn't forgot about it. But I didn't want to remember. That's a rough one. Luckily, he was maybe he was your wide receiver too, but I think you've got some other options. So I think you'll be all right, Mo. Hopefully not until next week. Hopefully I can go 4-0 and you can recover after that. So next up, we've got Sammy with an I, Commish himself, at 4. He's leading his division. That division, Dixon, will you agree with me? That division's the division I'm waiting to play.
Yeah, I would love to start playing some of those games.
90 points, 80 points. I want to fight those guys. I have literally had to score 130 points and more to win every week. Mm-hmm. It's not, my team is the greatest. No, my team has either had to be the greatest or lose. That has been the answer. I mean, Brad, I had to score 170. I had to score over 150 something points to beat Brad week 1. So yeah, it's not easy in our division. I would definitely say Sam has got the easier one, and he's got Adam right on his tail. Adam is at number 3. He had a really good week at 141 points. I think his team is really good, and I think he's kind of got some of his stuff figured out. I think he's finally stopped playing the 49er game, at least on his active roster, and that seems to have solidified a couple of things for him.
Let's hear it for Sammy and Adam, though. Going from both of them fighting it out out for the dildo.
Yeah.
To now be in.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, last year they had rough teams. Well, Adam, I think, has realized drinking and trading do not mix well. Great decisions were not made heavily intoxicated.
And drinking and drafting.
Drinking and drafting, clearly we have, Lovick and Matt have proven to us all multiple years in a row, Adam for sure has proved to us multiple years in a row, drinking and drafting are not your friend. So liquor bets, that's the reason liquor bets should never be handed out until after the draft. So yeah. Adam, I think, has realized don't trade away your team at the beginning before you see what it is. Because I think in years past, we were going over it at the draft that he's had ridiculously good players. One goes down and he freaks out, or he drinks too heavily one evening and makes a terrible trade to Brad. And so he hasn't really traded a whole lot this year. He has declared he will not make 2-for-1 trades.
Going along with that, look where Brad's at this year.
Yeah. Well, he's winning, so right now, that he can hold strong to that. So we'll see if a losing streak occurs and maybe that goes away. But yeah, you can see where Brad's ended up without Adam's team to farm from. CoPro has gone in the non-trading scale as well, and again, Brad can't trade Chase because we all kind of said that's not allowed, and so he's made quite a few different little small trades. He made one to Adam, I guess, but he made a 2-for-2. And neither one of them, I think, like who they got, so it kind of works out. Claypool, was hurt, so I thought that was Adam. That I like Claypool myself, so I guess I didn't like the trade with the Claypool, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So we've got Adam at 3. Vince, you're at 2. I need you to shut your pie hole until you're at 1. And then you can say we all suck and you're number 1 and nobody can say anything. So I don't know if you're just angry at us or angry at the world. I'm not really positive, buddy. I'm sorry. Is it just New York is up your butt and you hate it? Cool. So not sure. Sorry for whatever might be going on, or you just really hate us all. That's cool too. Maybe, I don't know. Call me if you need me, bud. And then I am number 1. Is anyone shocked?
Not at this point.
I'm only slightly ahead in points as well. The closest person to me is Vince, and I'm 50 points ahead of him. My entire first week scored more than Lovick's first 2. So it's gonna. It's gonna be a little while. I mean, my record is basically, as long as I can keep tied records, I'm probably gonna make the playoffs just with this high of point total this far ahead this early. So hopefully I can keep up making a couple 120 and more points every week, and points will hopefully just sell me right into the playoffs, and I'll take what I can get from there.
Yeah, because your week 1, you got actually the third highest score that our league gotten since we've been on Sleeper. Yeah. So it's I was upset because I didn't even place a perfect lineup. I could have made more. Oh, there.
Yeah. That is our league consensus power rankings. Guys, you picked it. We didn't actually do any of this. So you guys made all the picks, and whoever's making those awful reverse picks, stop that shit. Don't do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just stop fucking with it. Because some of these are weird, and not really sure that some people should be as low as they are. See here. Next, we've got the Collusion Corner, League Upsets, and Crazy Trades of the Week. What trades did we have this week, Dixon? Brad's written there.
Nothing really too crazy. We kind of touched on it earlier. Adam got Jeffrey Wilson and Elijah Mitchell, and Brad got Hunter Renfrow and Chase Claypool. So nothing too wild there.
Well, Jeffrey Wilson got dropped. Hunter Renfrow got dropped, which he's on my team now. So really, it was Chase Claypool and Elijah Mitchell. So why they traded the other two people like at some point, some of these trades, some of these players that are going as like little added players, is I feel bad for dropping them, but I don't feel bad if you drop them. So that has seemed to be a trend. Let's just add this shitty player I don't want on my team anymore in the trade to make me feel better.
It was a polished turd. It's a work of art, but you can throw it away.
You can throw that away for me. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So not sure. Adam, I could see where you don't like Claypool. The Steelers team is not looking fantastic. I feel like we might be seeing the last year of Big Ben, so it's rough. Hopefully they get their stuff together. So let's go over this Dynasty expansion news. Brad and I touched on it the first week when we kind of talked about what was going on, but we've got a new update. Rod has declared that he is going to drop out of the league this year. He wants to focus on his health, which praying for you, man, because that you've got some real serious stuff going on. You've got to go on dialysis, transplant list, and sound like your heart was having some issues. So I know most of us are praying for you. We're hoping all goes well and get better soon, man. But with that comes some new questions. What are some of those questions, Dixon?
Well, now we've got to decide, do we want to find someone to take over that team and work on trying to work with that, and then maybe table the expansion with adding some more teams another year just so that person can kind of play things out. Looking at redoing that whole team and working it in with the new guys that come in, and then we're looking at finding 3 players. So, yeah, there's a lot of what-ifs and definitely moving parts that would go into it. So I definitely need a discussion on the Dynasty side. Yeah,
I don't think it's quite as smooth as it was planned at the draft. We all kind of talked about this and went over it real quick. So I think it's going to be a lot more of a headache now with that. But totally understand why he's doing it. So,
yeah, definitely.
So totally get it. But all right, let's go ahead and move on to the WAB Lotto. Big spenders, we've got Matt at $13 for Dalton Schultz. Don't agree whatsoever. Think that's chasing some points, but tight end's rough.
Agreed.
Lovick at $11 is another tight end with Dawson Knox, which I actually like this one, but not for $11. Probably would have done like 2. I don't know that anyone even bid on him. So budget spenders, we got CoPro for Peyton Barber. Great pickup. If he ends up playing this week, that's great. I think Josh Jacobs is supposed to come back, but I think Gruden even said he was like, no, we're just going to go with the hot hand. So Peyton Barber may just be the guy from now on. So that would be upsetting to the Josh Jacobs owner. Sam with Cincy D, that did not work out for 1 point last night. Vince with Tyler Conklin, which, conk, love it, but don't know how that's going to work out. I think they need somebody, so he should at least be an option. The tight end landscape is awful. CoPro for $5 for the Tennessee D. Vince, $4 for Terrence Marshall. Don't know that anyone cared. Probably could have gone $0 and probably still gotten him. Mo with the Dallas D. That one, they were really good last week, I will admit. That was a wonderful game to watch with them, and they shoved the Eagles right home because they could do nothing. Adam with $3 for Gio Bernard, and I think he dropped him already because he's hurt, so not shocked.
Yeah.
And then $2 for what is it? Ramondre Stevens, which is the Patriots running back that potentially could be James White's replacement. He was dropped and picked back up for free by Brad. So that's a guy that Brad likes and wants, but needed to do some other things. CoPro with AJ Green, which was in his lineup there for a little while. Yeah, that one's crazy. So nope, no thank you. That's you spent too many dollars on that one. Me for a kicker. Brad went with Washington's D. I guess Mo picked back up. Maybe that's just a mistake on my part. And then me picking up the Indianapolis defense for free as well. So after all of that, what's the remaining WAB there, Dixon?
Oh, let's see. We still got Chase out there. He's Mr. Fat Stacks, holding on to all his bills there with 100. So
spend some money,
get
man.
out there, Chase.
Yeah, I think you spend some money. Spend some money.
just not on silly players like AJ Green. Then we got Mo. He's down a little bit, but he's at 92 right now. I followed up on myself. I'm kind of being stingy. I was trying something different this year.
Yeah.
It's not working, obviously. So change game plans. I was gonna not screw with the lineup for the first 3 weeks, but 3 weeks is over and I'm 0-3. So
yeah.
Stu, you're right there with me, but you're doing something right. Well, so again, triple theory.
What the theory's right somehow, but I'm not sure how it is. Is it wrong or right? And I'm not sure. There's two teams doing the same thing, and neither one's winning and one's not.
Two different outcomes. Yeah, I didn't say my hypothesis was good. All right, followed up. We've got Mr. Matt with $78 left. All right, he's doing a little bit. It's pretty good for where we're at in the season. Sam, he's got 72 left right now. Also, Dylan has 72. So they're doing a little bit of work, looking for some finds out there. Vince, he's got my favorite number there, Mr. 69.
I appreciate it. When I typed it in, I was like, nice.
I mean, yeah, you can't
not. No, we're children. It's fine.
It's true. GoPro's out there on the road spending some money. He's got $65 left. Then he's followed up by Adam, which I should be calling Shep now. I forgot.
Yeah, he did the title. He's won it. Yeah.
So Shep has $63 left. And we've got Lovick sitting at 60. He's blown a little bit of his load, but he's got some left in the sack. And then we're looking at our big wad blower, who's been that way since early on. So Brad's got $15 left. So keep making your $0 bets, Brad. I know you're gonna get a few of them.
Yeah, and we're all in like the $5, $6, $7 range for defenses this year. We're all streaming, it seems, or at least a lot of us are. And and so if Brad wants a good defense and wants to stream with the rest of us, he's having to really spend some of that money, and so he's lucked out and not won some of those won some of those defenses. But $15. Made a big bet and hoped that he got James Robinson from last year, and that did not work out. Instead, he got Chase Claypool for him, basically. So I don't know if 55 WAB is worth Chase Claypool. I think some of us would probably pay up in the 30s, but I don't know that 55 would quite be the number we're looking at.
That's tops.
Yeah, that's rough spin. So, all right, so let's go ahead and move to Laura Bell Bundy's Big Board of Bets. I actually went and looked these up and found them all. So we've got all of 2020s. We've already mentioned in previous podcast. We've got our 2021 bets. Brad and I made our bet for CoPro and Dylan, and Brad won that one. We've got some bigger ones that were made at the draft that I found. So we've got Adam states Derrick Henry will not be a top 18 running back for the 2021 season. Brad, Mo, Dixon, Matt, Lovick, and myself stated he very much will be. He is currently number one running back with 78 points. The next closest person to him is 57 points. So I don't know that. I think if he didn't play the rest of the season, he could possibly not do it. But if he plays like 10 games, I don't know that there's a possible way for Matt to win this. So and then
that's not looking good.
Yeah, not looking like a good one there, Adam. That was a strong take, and we all totally took advantage. So you're getting a whole lot of water bets, is what it looks like at this point. But and with Derrick Henry, basically the Tennessee offense now. Don't look like that's going to change much. And then we've got another one. Jalen Hurts will be a top 12 running back unless injury, or they trade for Watson. Brad says yes. Adam says no. as of right now, he's quarterback 9. He's had some really good games, and then he's had some mediocre ones, but he's on track right now. I mean, as long as
everything was garbage time this past week.
Yeah. I mean,
he's putting points on there.
He is. He's getting there. So we'll see. Jonathan Taylor will be a top 3 running back 2021 fantasy season. Lovick says yes. Matt and I say no. Currently, he is the running back 28. As I spoke earlier, he's having a very rough year.
Yeah.
Top 3 seems very, very unlikely. He's only got, I think, barely over 28 points total, and putting him like 50 points behind Derrick Henry. So to get into that top 3 range, he's like 20 points behind. So you could have some really big games and catch up pretty quick. But as far as that offense goes, with Hines there and stealing a lot of that reception work, that's going to be really hard to hit that top 3. Matt and Lovick also have a bet with the exact same thing, except for it is our one and only liquor bet as of right now. So Matt says no, Lovick says yes on the same exact bet that Jonathan Taylor will be a top 3 running back. The caveat to that one is he has to play 14 games. As of right now, he's made it 3, so he's got 11 games to go. So, and that's not within the fantasy season. That is 14 games total throughout the football season. So if they make preseason, those count as well. So if he once he makes it to week 14, that bet will be all wrapped up if he plays all of those. So Lovick, that is not looking great for you right now, buddy. Hopefully we get some more bets coming in here shortly. I know everybody's kind of been off your own world, got a whole bunch of stuff. We're all adults and have things going on, but we'll see. We may have to get some more liquor bets, or maybe some more, hopefully a whole lot more water bets going. Let's go ahead and move to Dixon and Stu's biased matchup predictions. All right, Dixon, you want to go ahead and see what we got here on these?
Yeah. So first up, we've got you versus Mo. Looking like you've probably got a strong, solid chance at this one. So I think we're going to go with you on this one.
Yeah, Lockett not playing kind of stinks, but with having Debo out there as my wide receiver 2 and then be able to flex in Chase Edmonds because they have the same time slot, I can kind of make that a game time decision on who plays where and when. So if Lockett's out there, I'll probably play him. But, I think I've still got a pretty good shot. With the 106 points, what they're predicting for Mo, that does not look like a great thing because of Chark. So got a little bit of a sneaky prediction and helpful prediction on that part of it. But, it's looking rough. And then next up, we've got Dixon versus Brad. Dixon, according to mine, we have, according to some of my statistics and rankings and different things, I have Brad winning, but I do have it as the game of the week. It is going to be the absolute closest game of the week. Derrick Henry on your side is very, very favorable. Would you like to make a water bet on your own game?
Yeah. I would say that I'm going to beat him this week. I don't care what your metrics say.
There we go. Hey, you got to have confidence in your own team. You got to have confidence in your own team.
I have to. It's also the battle of the bottoms. No homo.
Right.
So,
all right.
Dixon scored a couple points for me the other night. He put 13 up.
He did. He was not. I think he's been pretty consistent in that, has he not? That's what he think he did last week, did he not? Or was he pretty? He was low for most of the game, I think.
Yeah, well, I really like. It's funny. So I've had Allen go off one week, go off another week, and Mixon go off on another week. I just need them all to hit at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully this is the week.
All right, so that's in the books as not a liquor bet. That is not a liquor bet. We're not gonna. I don't think that'll work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Next up, we've got Vincent Chase. So just kind of how things are looking on that one. I really think Vince is going to be solid with that. We'll pull it out.
Yeah, for sure. Vince has got a good team. No one can doubt that. The lack of Christian McCaffrey and not having, he's got Henderson back, so that helps him out a little bit. But without Christian McCaffrey, his team is definitely different. And then he traded away, but he does have Saquon now, so that does help. So we'll see how that works out for him. I've still got him as winning. So Sam versus CoPro. I think Sam's going to win this one. CoPro's struggling. He's got some lineup issues and some guys that just aren't performing well. So I think Sam is going to win this and keep the division lead in his division and keep that 4-0 going. So right now our predictions show that all the 3-0 teams are going to go 4-0 is what we're predicting at least.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to go against it's hard to go against the wins.
It is. Yeah.
So
next up, let's see. We've got Adam or Shep. Let's go Shep.
Shep won. He won it. He won the Shep Bowl.
It is. So we've got Shep versus Lubbock. Looking like the original Shep is going to pull that one off as well. Lubbock's just been struggling, having a hell of a time this year as well. That's the thing. So it's an old champ versus old champ battle here. I think Guru's going to take it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Adam's got a good team. His team went off last week. Can see what his team is capable of, and we have yet to be able to see that from Lubbock. So it's kind of hard not to go Adam here. Next up, we've got Matthew. Let's go ahead and go with Matthew since we're going to go the full real name versus Dylan. Matt is kind of similar in that he's got a team, but he's struggled to produce anything of note, and Dylan's at least done consistently over 100 points. So I'm going to go with Dylan on this. Pretty easy prediction on that one.
I'm with you on that one. I see that kind of being the case.
I think this might be the week that Dylan has a shot at Juggernaut. I'll go ahead and call that out there. So we will see. I know Matt is definitely not wanting that. If not, he wants to at least be above him and be up there with him. So still love that the league loves Juggernaut. It's something Brad and I randomly come up with, and you guys all truly, truly cannot wait to be Juggernauts. That is what you want to be, and you want to be one of the best teams in the league. So I hope you guys, I think that's it. Dixon, thank you so much for helping me this week, and may talk to you, see if you want to do it next week.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad we got to have you on. Definitely good to get cross-state podcast going on here. So if you don't have anything else, I think that's going to be it for today, guys.
That's it.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend. See ya. I'll talk to you next week. See you guys.